Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining both myself and the Lieutenant Governor for this announcement. And I'm pleased today to announce the formation of the Governor's Council on Common Core Review. As you know, this is another one of the topics over the last couple of years that's created controversy, not just in Arkansas, but nationally. And one of the things I said during the campaign was that as governor, I was open-minded on the topic, but we do believe that there needs to be a review of our Common Core standards. And so this is fulfillment of a campaign pledge, and it is important both in terms of that commitment, also in substance for the future education of our young people in this state. I've asked the Lieutenant Governor, Tim Griffin, to lead the Governor's Council on Common Core Review. And I'm delighted that he has accepted this responsibility. I've asked him to be the chair of this review, and he has full reign on that to make the review and to make a report back. But I do think there's some things that are important to set as really standards and overall policies for this review. One of those is that we have to have standards in Arkansas that are high and that have high expectations for the performance of our young people in school. We do not want to weaken our standards. We do not want to diminish the high standards of education that are important in this state for job creation and higher education. Secondly, it is important that the standards that are in place in Arkansas are measurable. We don't want just to know that our students are doing well compared to the neighbor down the street. We want to know that our students are doing well and performing in terms of national comparisons. And so the measurability of the performance of our students is important. And then it's important also that we have local flexibility in terms of implementing curriculum and performance in accordance with the standards that we set as a state. And so that's the reason for the Governor's Council on Common Core Review. I will appoint 16 members to serve on this council. The council will be composed of educators, of parents, of business leaders, and students from all over the state who have an interest in education, have an interest in economic growth in this state, and who are open-minded individuals who will listen to the presentations and other points of view to determine the best way forward for the high standards in education in Arkansas. As I mentioned, Lieutenant Governor will head up this Governor's Council, and the recommendations that come forth from this 16-member council should include recommendations on standards and the implementation of the standards, on the ability for local flexibility, and for assessments and student data privacy surrounding the assessments. I will ask the council and Lieutenant Governor to make initial recommendations in the early summer and later recommendations in the fall. That's enough time for a thorough review, a thoughtful analysis, and timely recommendations. Later today, I'll be issuing an executive order to create this council in accordance with my announcement today. And I look forward to assembling these folks and creating this council under Lieutenant Governor's leadership and for the report that they will provide to me and to help guide the decisions of the state in terms of education. As you know, the legislature has various bills that are addressing Common Core and the testing, and I think it's important that we send a signal that we're going to fulfill the campaign promise, that we're going to conduct this executive branch review, a thoughtful analysis, involve citizens and teachers, and that hopefully will give confidence that we're going to have a high standards of education with a review of the current standards. With that, I want to introduce Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffin.
Thank you, Governor. First of all, I just want to say how honored I am to be chosen to lead this. This is a very important issue, And I appreciate the governor having confidence in me. And this is something that is a matter of competitiveness. We've got to make sure that that our students here in Arkansas are the best educated, not just in the United States, but in the world, because that's where we're competing. And it's critically important. And I certainly approach this as an office holder, but more importantly, I approach it as an Arkansan and a father. I've got 2 young kids, and they're in the public school system. In fact, they are both in the Little Rock public school system. And I walk them to school just about every day as much as I can, and I do that homework with them. I've got a second grader, and so I go through the math. I go through the English homework, and so I know what she's learning, and I see how critically important it is as a building block, one block after another, educating our youth so that we can compete and so they can live prosperous lives and happy lives. And so this is a critically important issue. My goal, first and foremost, is to set a tone of listening. I want to listen to Arkansans from all over the state, from every part of the state, and from every background. Whoever has an opinion on this, I want to hear about it, and that's going to be the key. The governor, in the end, will be the decision maker in terms of the way forward. What I believe the governor is doing here is he's saying, I want as much information, as much quality information as I can possibly get on this issue, and so that he can be the most informed decision maker when that time comes. So I am deeply honored in this opportunity, with this opportunity, and I look forward to getting to work. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you.